Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village nestled between rolling hills, there lived an old lady. She wasn't wealthy, nor did she have a grand house, but she was loved by everyone. Her kindness and wisdom made her the heart of the village. No matter what happened, good or bad, she was always smiling, always happy. One day, a curious young man, puzzled by her eternal cheerfulness, decided to ask her, "Why are you always happy? Don't you ever feel sad when things go wrong?" The old lady paused, her warm eyes reflecting the flicker of a hidden story, and smiled gently. "Let me tell you something, my child," she said softly. "Happiness comes from within, not from the things around us. But it wasn't always this way for me." The young man leaned closer, intrigued. "What do you mean?" he asked. The old lady's face grew serious, and her voice took on a deep, storytelling tone. "When I was young, I had a family, a loving husband and beautiful children. We weren't rich, but we were happy. Life seemed perfect," she began, her voice tinged with nostalgia. Her eyes clouded for a moment as she continued. "But one day, my husband fell gravely ill. We had little money, and no matter how hard we tried, we couldn't afford the medicine he needed. I watched helplessly as he grew weaker." The young man hung on her every word, sensing the depth of pain behind her calm demeanor. "One morning, he passed away," the old lady whispered, her voice trembling slightly. "I thought my world had ended. The grief was so overwhelming that I didn't think I'd ever smile again." She stopped, the weight of the memory hanging in the air like a heavy cloud. The young man held his breath, waiting for what came next. After a long pause, the old lady continued. "For weeks, I cried and cursed life for its cruelty. But then, one day, as I sat by the river, watching my children play, I realized something profound." The young man's eyebrows raised in anticipation. "What was it?" he asked eagerly. "I realized that my sadness wasn't bringing him back. My children were still there, needing their mother. I had to be strong for them. That day I decided I wouldn't let life's pain steal my happiness anymore." The young man nodded, though still unconvinced. "But how did you do it? How could you just let go of the pain?" The old lady chuckled softly. "It wasn't easy," she admitted. "Every morning, I started with a simple promise to myself. Today is a new day, and I'll find something to be happy about. Even if it was something small, a flower blooming, the warmth of the sun, or the laughter of my children. That tiny effort changed everything." The young man's eyes widened. "But what about when really bad things happen? Surely, you can't just find joy in little things then." The old lady's gaze turned serious again. "Ah, my dear, bad times will come. They always do. But there's a phrase I tell myself during those moments: this too shall pass." Life is ever-changing, like the flowing river. No storm lasts forever. The young man pondered her words as she added, "When things go wrong, instead of focusing on the pain, I count the blessings I still have. My health, my friends, the very fact that I'm alive." Happiness isn't about ignoring the bad. It's about appreciating the good that still remains. The young man felt a strange sense of clarity. "So you're saying happiness is a choice?" he asked, as if uncovering a hidden treasure. The old lady nodded. "Exactly. Life is full of ups and downs. You can focus on what you've lost, or you can cherish what you still have. It's not always easy, but it's always possible." As he left her small home, he decided to try her advice. Over time, he found himself looking for the good in every situation, just as she had taught. Slowly but surely, his outlook on life transformed. The old lady's wisdom didn't just stop with him. Word of her story spread across the village, and soon more people began embracing her philosophy. The village, once ordinary, became a happier, more resilient place. The old lady, with her radiant smile, had taught them all a valuable lesson. Happiness doesn't come from what happens to you. It comes from how you choose to see life. And so, her secret to happiness echoed far beyond the village, inspiring anyone who heard her tale to look within and find joy, even in the smallest of moments. Happiness isn't about escaping challenges or avoiding pain. It's about finding the light amidst the darkness and choosing gratitude over despair. This too shall pass is more than a phrase. It's a guiding truth for a fulfilled life. So, what will you choose today? Will you let the world define your happiness, or will you choose to find joy in the small blessings that surround you?